Hello, welcome to this short informal video that's going to cover the McGraw-Hill activities you need to complete each week. I have our class platform open, and you can see there are two sets of activities that need to be completed. There are some chapters you need to read. They're actually selections from chapters, so they're not terribly long. And for each chapter that you complete, or each selection from the chapter that you've completed, you then have to answer a series of questions. So the readings aren't enough. It's actually the answering of those questions where you gain credit. Okay, and I grade on completion. So if you make it 86% through your entire selection of readings and the associated questions, you receive an 86. But there's no reason why everyone should not be receiving 100%. In addition, there's a second McGraw-Hill activity, these interactive achieve modules. These mostly focus on issues of grammar, sentence structure, and I'm going to show both of these in just a second. As you can see, they're each worth 5%. This should be an easy 10% that should be in your back pocket, okay? An easy 100 for every week. So please take advantage of these easy points. If I go to McGraw-Hill, let me switch to the student view. The nifty thing here is that you don't even have to go to the platform to remember what to do. For example, okay, these are the Achieve modules. I'm going to come to the second actually. But if I click on week 1, here are the readings. Okay, so chapters 1, 3, 27, 30, and 15. I'm going to click on chapter 1. Click begin. The Smart Book will open. It takes a few seconds to initialize. And once you're in, you can begin reading. Okay? And no, you're not reading pages 1 to 648. It's probably going to be, I don't know, 4 or 5 pages, or maybe even fewer. Okay? So when you complete the reading, and here it looks like there are, okay, maybe a little bit more than 5 or 6 pages. 10 pages, but as you see, a lot of them have visuals, so they're not terribly long. But yeah, do the reading, okay? I'm just flipping through it to show you. But when you complete the reading, then you have to click here under practice and answer a series of questions based on those readings. As you can see, there are 21 questions you must answer correctly. Each one you answer correctly is going to lower the number of items left, and you want to get this down to 0. Once you get it down to 0, you're at 100% and you can move on to the next chapter. So, asking questions of authority figures can, and obviously this is not the way you're supposed to do things, just wildly guessing without doing the reading, but let's see if I can get lucky and answer this correctly since I am the instructor. Asking questions of authority figures can hinder your ability to, no, that doesn't make sense. Help you claim your personal authority. Demonstrate that you do not want to listen. No, that doesn't sound right. Cut short the process of learning. No, that doesn't sound right either. I'm going to say this one sounds pretty good. I'm pretty confident that's the right answer. And yes. And you can see I've answered correctly. As soon as I click OK, 21 is going to go down to 20. And I can answer the next question. A key goal of education is enable you to adopt the opinions of people with the most degrees. No. Take part in conversation by thinking and responding thoughtfully. That sounds good. Become a more obedient and law-abiding citizen. That sounds okay, but that sounds a little bit tough and stringent, not very academic. I don't question that could be one of the outcomes of education, but I don't think that's the key goal. And to recite important facts, no, I don't think it's got to be this one, right? I feel pretty confident. Yep, I'm correct. And it goes down to 19. Again, do the readings. I make one of these videos every month, or I show it during the week 1 lecture, and I'm not trying to teach you how to just jump into the questions and start answering. Because what happens is if you start guessing, then it's going to take you forever to get these down to 0. Because you should also answer honestly how confident you are with your answer. And if you start guessing or start clicking things here just at random, yeah, you're going to be spinning your wheels, and it's going to take you 3-4 times as long to get through it. So take the time, please, to read those 5, 7, 10 pages and then answer the questions. You do have a little kind of hint, what do you want to call it, link here, which will take you kind of to the answer. You'll have to read to find the answer, but yeah, it will take you to what the answer is. Anytime you want to check your progress, you can go to Table of Contents. As you can see, because I've answered 2 questions correctly, I'm 9% complete. Once you get to 100%, great, then you can move on to the next chapter. Here, though, it's all the chapters for the entire month, so it's probably best to return to that page that you started at, okay? So you clicked, did you see what I did there? I clicked on the little thing that said Leave Smartbook, and it brings us back to where we started. So then we can go into the next chapter. The Achieve modules, there is one for each of the first 3 weeks. There is no Achieve module for week 4, so week 4 is a little bit lighter. There are only Smartbook readings for that week, and there are only 2 chapters. So yeah, week 4 is purposely light. But for the first 3 weeks, you have these interactive Achieve modules. So let me click on one of these. Click Begin. This will throw you into things a bit more immediately. You'll just start answering questions related to grammar and sentence structure. First, it will ask you to set up a schedule if you wish. And you can do that if you want to work, let's say, 2, 3, 4 days a week for a certain amount of time. You can set up the interactive module to work with you that way. But you can certainly just do it all in one sitting if you want as well. Yeah, welcome back. Okay. And you can choose which way you want to go about answering things. Doesn't really matter. Just choose one that you like. Okay, let's see. Drag each sentence to the correct category for the change needed to make it an interrogative sentence. That means a question. Drag each item into the appropriate category. When did you travel to Canada? End with a question mark. Right? Because the other one says begin with a capital letter, but it already begins with a capital letter. So I think to make this a question, yeah, we simply need to add a question mark. I'm pretty confident that's the right answer, so I'm going to click I know it. Yay! Okay, and then the bar isn't moving yet because there are a lot of questions to answer. This will take probably about, it could take 45 minutes if you're really sharp with grammar and sentence structure, but it could take an hour and a half or 2 hours if maybe you need a little bit extra work. Okay, so here, identify the independent main clause in the following sentence. Hoping to reach the lake by noon, we left early. The answer is we left early. Independent clause is just a fancy word for the part of the sentence that can stand all by itself as a sentence. So hoping to reach the lake by noon, yeah, that doesn't stand on its own as a complete sentence. We left early, that does. 3 simple words, yet we left early is a complete thought. So I'm very confident that I know it. And as we can see, we've jumped up to 4%. Identify the prepositions in the following sentence. After the storm, the floodwater flowed under the roof and ruined the house's foundation. Well, there's after and under. And I think that's it. I'm very confident. Good. I'm going to stop answering these because I'm doing your work for you. But if you've been paying attention to this, yeah, go ahead and take those answers. I don't really care. Actually, I'll do one more. Highlight the dependent subordinate clause in the sentence. This is the opposite of the independent clause, okay? The dependent clause is the part of the sentence that cannot stand on its own as a complete sentence. The children screamed when the lights went out, and they dove under their covers. I don't like this one. This one's actually kind of tricky because actually both parts here can stand on their own as a complete sentence. So I wonder if they want me to just and if you don't know, you can say unsure. Actually, I've never done that before. Let's see what happens. Oh, actually nothing. Highlight the dependent subordinate clause or clauses in this sentence. You know what? I think this is a flawed question. This one doesn't have a dependent clause. Both parts of these sentences could stand on their own as complete sentences. Okay, they want you just to, I see, they want you to highlight just a part of the sentence. Okay, I got it now. Fill in the blanks with the correct letter and punctuation mark to create a proper declarative sentence. Oh, this is important too. Okay, these fill in the blank ones. If you ever have trouble inserting something, like I could just type gibberish, like gibberish. You might find that you're unable to type anything. Please use Google Chrome, okay? Mac, which is the machine I'm using here, Safari is a browser that Mac uses, has problems with this. I'm not sure about Firefox or Internet Explorer, but I know that Google Chrome works fine. So it's a browser issue, okay? If you're unable to actually fill the blanks with the correct term that you need to put in there? The first woman to become, I don't know. Okay. That seems too simple, but I guess that's correct. I jumped up to 90%. Okay, that's enough. Enough freebies. Okay, we can check our. This one, yeah, this one your progress is marked down below. You don't have to click table of contents. When you get to 100%, you're done. Okay, and then you're done for that activity for the week. So let me return to the instructor view and back to the student view. So just as a refresher, okay, before I close out this short session, yeah, just click on the week's readings. Make sure you do the readings and answer those practice questions. And for each of the first 3 weeks, make sure that you're going into these interactive modules and completing them thoroughly, okay? Making sure that you get that bar that's down below to 100%, and then you're good. Then you're golden. And then you get an A+ for those activities for the week. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will be embedding this video probably in the first 2 weeks of McGraw-Hill activities. I figure after week 2, people should have the hang of what you're supposed to do. But again, if you do have any problems or questions, just let me know through a message via the platform, okay? Good luck, everyone. Bye-bye.